Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is J&R Woodworking, and today it's finally quit raining. Now I want to run out there and show you what I got done on this deck, what I'm hopefully going to keep doing on it if the weather holds, and what I had to do to get to the point I'm at. I got some of these hangers here, these joist hangers. I'm going to show you what they look like now and what they're supposed to look like when they're new. Let me grab the camera and show you what they look like. Okay, here's the hangers I've got. They're just totally gone. Let me grab a new one and show you what that looks like. I've got these are the new ones. That's how they're supposed to be, nice and shiny. I don't know what happened to these. I mean, they just literally fell apart. But these are they don't say where they're made. I would imagine they're probably made in China, and that's the problem. But this is for a single joist. I've got some of these that are for doubles. And I got a couple of these for triples. But even the nails, if I can get a close-up of this nail, you can see how big they are at the bottom and how they've rusted away up towards the top. I don't know, it's just unreal what they look like. Let me show you this new tool we bought. I'm going to throw all these in a box and get them out of here. It's just, I can't understand what happened to those. Boy, I got a mess now. Now let me show you this tool. Like I said, new job, new tools. This is something I've used about 20 years ago. It's a pass load nailer. It doesn't run on air compressor. It doesn't run on a battery. It has a battery, but the only thing the battery does, that snaps in here, that runs an igniter. This runs on a fuel cell. It's down inside of here. If I can pull it out of here. This is a fuel cell. It's actually full of propane. This thing runs kind of like a car engine does. Just drop it down in here. Pop the top on it. Snap it shut. Shove the battery all the way in. That turns it on. When you depress this on a board, it's got this spring-loaded end on it. That's what shoots a shot of propane into the cylinder. When you pull the trigger, that ignites the propane, drives the piston down, shoots the nail in. Things are awesome. But there's always a but. These have been re-engineered. You know what that means. I used one about 20 years ago. I bought a house after my divorce from my, well, first wife. We won't go there. I bought a house out in East Muskegon and met my neighbor, lives across the street from me. About the third day I was in my new house, I went over and knocked on his door and said, "Hi, I'm your neighbor. Can you help me break in my house?" Yeah, sure enough. I walked out, shut the door, and it locked behind me. So after that, we were quite good friends. We ended up building 8 houses together. And he bought one of these. Never had a problem with it. It's got a spring in here somewheres. And we broke that little spring. And we took it apart one night when we got home, put a new spring in it, and it was good to go. And that was a little over 20 years ago when they first came out. They were an awesome nailer. These things will shoot nails way better than my Senko will. And I wanted one ever since I used his 20 years ago. So we went and bought one to work on this deck with. But I'll let you know if I like it as good as the original ones they first came out with. Because you know what they do when they upgrade something or they got to change it, it usually is not for the better. So as I use it and get a feel for it, I'm going to let you know what I think about it before you buy one. Let's go outside and look at that deck, and I'll show you where I'm at and what I had to do. Okay, I got my new flashing in. I got the nailers in place. I had to take all the siding off on both sides of the house to get the old flashing out and the new stuff in. And all we had to bend up was white, but all this is going to be covered with a new wood and you won't be able to see it anyway. I may put some brown over it just so you don't see the white through the cracks. Now these nailers, what they're for is we can use this for my decking boards. If you're going to run your decking parallel with your house, you don't need these. Your boards are going to set from one joist to the next, all the way across. We're running the decking on an angle, on a 45. And it's going to butt up against here like this. The screw's in my way. This one will be too. Decking's going to run like this. Now, if the end of your board comes in here and sits on this joist, you're fine. But the next board's going to come in, it's going to sit out here in the wind, nothing's going to support this. That's why you got to nail these nailers in here. This one's a double joist because I took this piece from around the corner when I replaced a couple. This joist had a crack in it, so I put this on the side of it, spiked them in together, and I put a double hanger on the house. You can't see it, it's underneath the flashing. The rest of them have singles. There's a couple over there that have triples on them because they're tripled up, just because the way we're going to lay the decking on. As I get going in that, I'll show you. It's not just going to be on a 45, it's going to change directions 3 times on the deck. That's the way it was decked before, and that's kind of how she wants it now. Let's go around to the side and I'll show you this other problem we had. Okay, this is the footing right here that was lifted up and shoved over by this really nice oak tree. Yeah, I had to cut that baby down when I built the house. Now to fix this, I had to cut 1.5 inches off the top of this post. I had to put another post in here with a hydraulic jack on it, jack the deck up, take this post out, cut off 1.5 inches. I put it back in, then I put a level on it to get it plumb so it was straight up and down. You can see the old hole here. I had to shove this top of this post over 2.5 inches to make up for what the tree did to the footing. But that's where it belongs, and I shouldn't have any more problems with that. Okay, here's a view of these nailers from the bottom. You can see I held mine away from the ledger board. He had his tight against it, which covered up the hangers. I believe that's why they rusted out so bad. These 2 joists had to be replaced because they were cracked and in bad shape. You can see I've got an extra piece of flashing up there to come out a little farther from the house I don't want any, I want to keep all the water off these hangers that I possibly can to keep them from rusting out like the old ones did. Let's go back in the shop. Okay, we're back in where it's a little warmer. Winter's coming fast, I tell you. I hope I have enough time to get everything done, but I want to try to get at least the decking on that deck. If I can't get the stairs in and the handrails and all the rest of it I got to do on that thing, but summers are extremely busy. You know, you guys that own a house ought to know that. Now the leaves are coming down already, and I don't have the muffler for my snapper done yet. Hopefully tomorrow night I can run over to my son-in-law's. He's a good welder. I'm going to have him weld up my new exhaust pipe and put that on. Here's the exhaust pipe that came on it. It's just a small little thing. The muffler hook's on the end. I got a piece of this. This is rigid conduit. It's not the thin cheap stuff you think of when you say conduit. This is actually a piece of pipe, and it's bent the way I need it. I'm gonna cut these flanges off, and I'm gonna have him, we'll cut this off, we'll have him weld them on where we need them, get the angle right, cut the other one off and put it on the other end so I can just bolt the muffler on. Hopefully I'll have that done in a day or two. Leaves are coming down. I want to try this one out instead of using that old one. It's just wore out. It's so bad. I got holes through the deck from the erosion from the sandy yard I've got here. I've got duct tape over them because it comes flying out and it hits you. You know, there's always something. But, and there's always a but. Don't forget this giveaway. I've only got one response for one of the gadgets, and this Friday I'm going to get rid of them. I got to get on to other things. Subscribe. I got more videos coming up. I got more gadgets coming up that I have built over the years. I've got an outfit that I made for dustless sanding of drywall. You hook it to a shop vac, and all you use the shop vac for is the vacuum. Nothing goes in the shop vac. Everything is contained in this filtering system I made. I made it when I bought my house in East Muskegon. It had that popcorn finish sprayed on the ceiling that was coming down because they had never painted it. It just dried right out. I sanded the entire ceiling with the furniture and carpet uncovered. Never got anything on the floor. This thing is awesome. It's simple to build if you know what you're doing, and I'm going to go through it. I'll do a review on it, tell you how I made it, and maybe you can make your own. But don't forget to subscribe. If you got any questions, it's jimsfixitshop@gmail.com, and I'll get back with you hopefully the night you mail me. I check my emails every single night. I'm trying to get over this terrible cold. I still got a sore throat that's killing me, so it makes it kind of hard to talk. I'm sorry if I've been sniffling. I hate that, but I'm trying to get over it. It's getting better, I hope. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and buy yourself a new tool. We'll talk to you soon.